How to go to college and not lose your soul. Let's pour some coffee on that. Hey guys, this is Father Brad Doyle, and you're watching Coffee Talk, where we drink coffee and talk about Jesus. And today we're talking about college. Raise your hand if you're a high school senior, you're going to college. Put your hands down. I think it's a little extreme, that statement I've made, how to go to college and not lose your soul, because you can never really lose your soul. You are body-soul unity. But you can hurt your soul. You can be outside the state of grace. And so really this is how to go to college and flourish, how to go to college and fulfill your soul, fulfill your mission, become really happy and healthy and holy and be who God created you to be. That's what this is about. And I did it a little differently. I did some crowdsourcing. I went on Facebook and I said, guys, I'm giving a talk about college and how to go to college and live your faith, or how to go to college and be fulfilled. And so this is mostly what people, real people, unlike me, I'm not a real person. No, I am. Number one, you need perspective. Perspective. Evan wrote this: I would impress that students be cognizant that college isn't the culmination of time before, but the preparation for the time after. Never again will they likely have as much time for adoration, prayer, daily mass, etc., no matter which vocation they end up going to. That is so true. Evan is a smart dude. Basically, a lot of people treat college as like an extended graduation party after high school. It's like, we graduated high school, woo, party for 4 years, yeah. Instead of treating it like the preparation for their life that is to come. And let's be real. When you graduate college and you get your job and you enter your vocation, you get married, you will not have the same amount of time to pray and to prepare. Like my friends who have children and babies, and they're holding their babies and they're breastfeeding their babies, and their babies are pooping everywhere and they're changing diapers and they're like waking up in the middle of the night. They used to have more time to pray, and they're in their specific vocation at that time. But don't waste college. See it as a preparation for your vocation, not just a culmination of what came before. Megan wrote this: simply, choose to study at the campus church. Sweet, you got to study anyway. Might as well study at the campus church in proximity to God, in proximity to the Eucharist, in proximity to other people who are going to help you in your faith. Simple. And I'll add this for perspective. Don't put too much into relationships, into moments, into failures, or even successes in college. We end up sometimes taking moments in our life, let's say college, and we universalize it, we give it too much power. And so we can throw ourselves into a relationship. I see this happen all the time in college, late high school and early college, where people are everything. Their whole life is wrapped up into this one person, to this one relationship, and they can't see beyond. And the reality is that you have a long life, God willing. College is just one moment. Don't make it everything. Make it what it is, a preparation for your life, not your life. Second, study the intellectual tradition of the church. A friend of mine, Heather, pointed this out. She had a long post. I'll kind of sum it up. She talks about how when she went to college, she wanted to enter into the intellectual rigor of the university, and she almost felt ashamed of her faith because she saw how so many people in the university system and college saw faith as ignorant, or faith as detrimental to the intellectual pursuit. And she says if she could do it again, or she'd go back, she would know what she knows now, or enter into it in a different way, studying the intellectual tradition of the church so she can have a defense for her faith. Here's the deal. Who created the university system? It's the church. Who invented hospitals in the way we see them now? The church. Who created the Big Bang Theory? Who came out, didn't create it, but who postulated it first? It was a Catholic priest. You do not have to go to college and feel ashamed for your Catholic faith, because your Catholic faith undergirds the college system. It undergirds and helps along human knowledge and scientific discovery. It is not in competition with faith or science and reason. Faith supports it. It helps it, and vice versa. And so you do not study the intellectual tradition. Study Thomas Aquinas' 5 proofs for God's existence. Read Blaise Pascal's wager. Study philosophy and theology and understand that faith and reason go together. Don't be ashamed of it. Live it. Lastly, and by far most importantly and most commented on in my crowdsourcing Facebook post, community. Community, community, community. Community is the people you surround yourself with. You will gravitate to whatever your friends are about. So if your friends are about sin, debauchery, lying to each other, gossip, cheating, like whatever. If your friends are about that, you will gravitate towards that. If your friends are about living the faith, loving each other, supporting each other, fulfilling their vocation, you will gravitate towards that. Community is important. Caroline said this: something that I think really helped me to stay involved in college is by having my accountability partners. I think it would be good to talk about the importance of having those people in your life, even just to come with you to Sunday Mass, to say, I'm coming to pick you up to go to Mass. We spent all our young life in middle school and high school, and our parents bringing us to Mass, our parents being that accountability. And all of a sudden we get to college and we don't have any accountability, and sometimes we don't know how to handle it. Accountability is good. Obligation is good because it helps us fulfill things that we ought to do even when we're too weak. And so to have someone, friends, maybe you're going to college with, roommates, pick good roommates, and hold each other accountable to fill that void that maybe your parents left. And I promise you it'll be good in the end. Lastly, I want to add, be different. Be different. We have an entire world that wants to be a hipster. They want to be different. They want to do things different. They want to listen to music that no one's heard before because they got the underground scoop on this weird, cool band. I want to be different. I want to look different. And yet the entire world looks the same. You look at the world, everyone's the same, especially when it comes to sin. If you truly want to be different, if you want to go to college and be different, you will live your faith. There's not a lot of people doing it. A lot of people are struggling. They're struggling with anxiety and depression and sin and meaning in their life or lack thereof. Be different. Don't leave the faith. Dive in. Surround yourself with good community. Have good perspective. And be different. Be holy. Be fulfilled. Little housekeeping here. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, share, hit the share button and say, hey, I really like this video. It's a good way to spread the message and go drink coffee.